Breaking news! Something is stirring in Baltimore that could completely reshape the Ravens' defense for the 2025 season. The fan base is buzzing, insiders are whispering, and speculation is reaching a boiling point. But before we move on, make sure you hit that like button if you're a true Ravens fan. It's always amazing to see fans of all ages supporting this team. And if you feel like it, comment, "Go Ravens," right now, because what we're about to discuss could make or break this Super Bowl window. Alright, let's get straight to it. There's been a major development that's shaken up the Ravens' defensive backfield. Just when everything seemed to be aligning perfectly after the draft, tragedy struck. RAVENS Washington, who was poised to hold down that strong safety spot, tore his Achilles just 2 weeks ago. A devastating blow, not just to him personally, because our hearts go out to him, but also to this defense's entire blueprint heading into the 2025 season. Before this injury, the defensive layout looked rock solid. Malachi Starks was set to be the free safety, RAVENS Washington at strong safety, Kyle Hamilton in that versatile nickelback flex role, with Marlon Humphrey and Nate Wiggins locking down the outside corners. Clean, organized, dangerous. But now, the puzzle pieces have been scrambled. With RAVENS out, Kyle Hamilton is now forced back into the free safety role, the same role he held last season. Malachi Starks moves into the strong safety spot. Marlon Humphrey slides inside to handle more slot duties. That leaves Nate Wiggins as the top outside corner and Chido Awuzie stepping up as the other starting cornerback. Look, it's not that this lineup can't function. It absolutely can. But let's be honest with ourselves, should the Ravens settle for it can work? This is not a franchise that operates on good enough. This is a Super Bowl caliber roster, a team whose offensive firepower demands a defensive counterpart capable of matching that energy. Just operating is not enough. Dominating is the goal. This isn't just some hypothetical concern. This is a pivotal moment in the window of contention for the Ravens. The offense is stacked. We know Lamar Jackson and company can drop 30 points on any given night. But if the defense is just scraping by, are we really maximizing this championship window? And that brings us to the hot topic that everyone in Baltimore is debating right now, the potential signing of one of the most prominent free agents left on the market. None other than former All-Pro safety Justin Simmons. Yep, you heard that right. Simmons, freshly released by the Atlanta Falcons after just one season, is sitting there and signed, waiting for the right opportunity. Now, Frank Placco from Sports Illustrated pointed out that while Simmons is still a starter-level player with a well-rounded skill set, the cost might be too high for Baltimore. But I disagree. And here's why. Simmons is 32 years old. He didn't have a Pro Bowl season last year. The market for aging safeties, especially this late into the offseason, isn't what it once was. This isn't March. It's May. The price tag might not be as outrageous as some think. And the fit? Oh, the fit is nearly perfect. Justin Simmons is a true free safety. That's important because right now, the Ravens are operating with two hybrid safeties in Malachi Starks and Kyle Hamilton. Both can play free safety or strong safety, but having a specialist like Simmons provides clarity and stability. To put it in perspective, Simmons has logged over 4,500 career snaps at free safety. Last year alone, 86% of his snaps were at that position. Imagine pairing Simmons with Malachi Starks and Kyle Hamilton. Suddenly, Hamilton is freed up to be the ultimate Swiss Army knife, roaming the field, lining up wherever he's needed, wreaking havoc in the box, or shadowing tight ends and slot receivers. This is when the Ravens' defense is at its most dangerous. And let's not overlook Simmons' ball-hawking abilities. The man has racked up 32 career interceptions over 9 seasons. Sure, the production dipped a bit in Atlanta, but let's be honest, that had everything to do with Atlanta's miserable pass rush. Quarterbacks had all day to throw against the Falcons, neutralizing the impact of any safety. But rewind to his final 3 years in Denver, 14 interceptions. That's elite production. This matters. Especially for a Ravens team that has struggled mightily to generate turnovers in the postseason. Let me hit you with the numbers. In the last 2 playoff runs, 2023 and 2024, the Ravens defense forced 0 turnovers. 0. That's a combined 6 takeaways to 0 in their last 2 playoff losses. Simmons is the kind of player who changes that equation immediately. But it's not just about turnovers. Adding Simmons lets the entire secondary snap back into its ideal formation. Marlon Humphrey can return to playing on the outside. Nate Wiggins doesn't have to be thrown completely into the fire as cornerback one. And crucially, it saves Chidobe Awuzie from having to play starter-level snaps over an entire season, something that, given his injury history, may not be sustainable. And think about what this means for defensive coordinator Zach Orr. In his second year at the helm, Orr could be handed a versatile chess piece in Kyle Hamilton, who's no longer pinned to a single spot because of injury gaps. Instead, he's unleashed, lining up everywhere from the line of scrimmage to deep center field. This is when the Ravens' defense becomes unpredictable, suffocating, and downright scary for opposing offenses. Now, let's be clear, no one is suggesting that signing Justin Simmons is a must-do or the season is over move. The Ravens could still field a competitive defense without him. But the question remains, why settle? Why not go all in during a window where the offense is primed, the roster is stacked, and the Super Bowl feels within reach? So I've got to ask you, should the Ravens pull the trigger and sign Justin Simmons? Let me know in the comments. Because here's the thing, the clock is ticking. Training camp is creeping closer, and the longer the Ravens wait, the thinner the options become. You can't underestimate what bringing in a proven veteran like Justin Simmons could mean not just for the starting lineup, but for the development of younger guys like Malachi Starks and Nate Wiggins. Having a leader in the secondary, someone who has seen every coverage, every route combination, every mistake and correction, could elevate the entire defensive backfield to another level. Imagine the ripple effect. With Simmons locking down the free safety role, Kyle Hamilton isn't forced to play cautiously deep. He's unleashed to do what he does best, confuse offenses. Line up in the slot? Check. Blitz off the edge? Check. Play strong safety and lay the hammer in run support? Absolutely. It's exactly the kind of versatility that gives defensive coordinator Zach Orr the ability to disguise looks, confuse quarterbacks, and force bad decisions. And if you're thinking about the money, yeah, that matters. But let's be realistic. Baltimore isn't looking to sign Simmons to a 5-year deal. This is a 1-year, maybe 2-year solution. A win-now move. A statement to the locker room, to the fan base, and to the rest of the NFL that the Ravens are done settling for good enough. This is about turning potential into dominance. Plus, let's not forget the looming challenge in the AFC. Joe Burrow is coming back healthy. Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen isn't going anywhere. Do you really want to enter the postseason relying on a patchwork secondary? Or do you make the aggressive move now and arm this defense with the firepower to shut those guys down when it matters most? So the pressure is on. Eric DeCosta has a decision to make. Do you take a chance with what you've got? Or do you step up and sign one of the smartest, most reliable safeties available to solidify a championship-caliber defense? Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Go Ravens!